This safety video will help supervisors and employees learn to identify behavior and language that represents the potential to escalate into workplace violence. Threats, insults, yelling, kicking, and pushing are all examples of physical violence, including lethal. Violent acts or threats in the workplace are bullying, disruptive, threatening, and leads to violent behavior. Abusive conduct that is threatening, humiliating, or intimidating, preventing work from getting done. Threatening behavior includes physical actions short of actual contact. The signs could be moving closer aggressively, oral or written threats to people or property, as well as implicit threats. Statements like, "You better watch your back," any actions or words that threaten or harm an employee or client, or actions that make a person reasonably believe they are in danger, are considered verbal threats or verbal abuse, which may result in physical harm. Violent behavior includes any physical assault, with or without weapons. Although acts of workplace violence cannot be precisely predicted, knowledge of how to respond to perpetrators can help company employees minimize the risk of violence or injury. Categories of workplace violence include violence by strangers. Employees who have face-to-face contact and exchange money with the public, work late at night and into the early morning hours, and work alone or in very small numbers are at greatest risk of a Type 1 event. Violent customers and clients. This type of victim receives services from or is under the custody of the company. Public and private service sectors provide services to the public. Clients, patients, suspects, inmates, and prisoners can be attackers. Violence among coworkers. An assailant who is involved in some employment-related activity with the company may commit the act of violence, for example, current or former employees, supervisors, or managers. Violence by personal relations. Incidents of domestic violence at the workplace by an assailant who confronts an individual with whom they have or had a personal relationship outside of work. Relationships between individuals include spouses, family members, friends, or acquaintances. Assailants may act out of frustration within the relationship or because of psychosocial factors that are specific to them. The company will provide designated employees with training that will help them take appropriate precautions and respond wisely when confronted with a potentially violent individual. Physical controls remove the hazard from the workplace or create a barrier between the worker and the hazard. The facility manager's job is to ensure the physical security of your building. These measures can include installing a central reception area for each of the facility, with some kind of physical barrier to help control visitor access. Configuring private offices, exam rooms, and interview rooms to ensure that the employee is stationed closest to the door for an unimpeded exit if needed. Providing employee identification badges and escape routes for all personnel. Making sure that all non-public entrances are kept closed and locked with a panic bar on the inside. This concludes Part 1 of Workplace Violence Prevention. Please like and subscribe for updates.